back to the best fucking podcast in the world. It only gets better. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
It's the Lloyd and JD show.
It is. It most definitely
I'm getting
is.
hot. I'm gonna get out of my... See that?
That's the first time in a while that you've been hot in
You
here.
know why? Because it's plus
it's summer.
numbers.
It's returned to summer.
The last 2 days, it's funny because I was fighting people at work all week. Like, the news good 21. I'm like, you guys are full of shit. It's not going to get to 21.
Yeah.
Like, they lied to us every time. It was coming down all week. We were watching the weather. It was like a big bet going on at work. So and behold, yesterday it was like 21. When I was at the mall, I was sweating my bag off.
Yeah.
It was brutally hot. I'm not complaining.
No, I'm not complaining.
Baby's not
either.
used to it, though.
No?
No.
No.
It's good. I didn't know what to dress her in. Like, because we've been so used to, like, you know, keeping her warm has been, like, the main aspect. And I had the heater on, and it was, like, sweltering in the house. And I was like, oh, God, I got to turn the heater off and get her out these clothes. And yeah, different. Weird.
Nice.
Yeah, that's been my week.
Yeah.
Wow. Once again, we don't have anyone yet.
Yeah. Unfortunately, nobody's shown as of yet, but
It happens.
it does happen. We do get stood up every once in a
JD takes
while.
it personally. He takes a hit.
I cry for a while,
He does.
and then
He like sits in the shower in the corner and like cries.
yeah, I'm a failure.
Yeah, it's okay, man.
It's all good.
See, I give zero shits.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. Why wouldn't they just want it to be me?
Yeah.
I feel like the fans were like, you know, I'm glad no one showed up today. I'm loving this.
You know, it's a good possibility, and if that's the case, just let us know below. If you don't want guests, hell, we'll just not have guests anymore.
We can just talk about whatever we want now.
Yeah.
It's a free game.
Yeah.
You know, I wish people left more comments with stuff to talk about instead of how we're absolute cunts.
Yeah.
Because I could really talk about those things.
Yeah.
But
we've been working on stuff. I mean, I went out and I was getting some computer stuff done, and I happened to stumble across a vape shop. And went in there, and I tell you...
we're going to get some vape hate.
Yeah. I tell you, it was the weirdest thing I've ever been in.
Which one did you go to? Is it downtown? Because I've been to a couple of...
No, it was up in the Northeast.
There's one right by Chinook.
Yeah. It was up in the Northeast. I walk in there. It smelled like, I don't know, sticky fruit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you went to the Northeast first, so
you know, like, it just smelled like sticky fruit. I walk in,
sticky fruit.
The guy there, no word of a lie, was wearing a Ninja Turtles chest plate and a bandana tied at the front, the same color as Raphael, so he's like red and red.
I hope he's not watching the show because you're gonna get the Raph and the Ninja Turtles.
Well, you know, it's I love the Ninja Turtles.
I know I'm not a big Ninja Turtle fan. Like
I'm not sure that
you actually
I
are.
approve. I most definitely am.
Ninja Turtle fan.
Yeah, I've got some original actually Ninja Turtles artwork in my office and stuff as well.
You love it.
Absolutely love it. So anyways, Ninja Turtle boy was in there, and you know the first thing out of his mouth was like, "Do you vape, bro? Like what kind of coils do you have?
What's your juice?
And I'm like,
what's your poison?
I'm like, I'm just here taking a look. And it's funny because we did the episode where we talked about Nate Diaz, who was vaping after the UFC. He was using the CBD oil, and you know, he was obviously going to get tested and probably test positive.
Which I'm confused. This whole CBD fucking thing that they've been taking, like, does it still get you high?
No. The difference with CBD is it has the
because it's in weed
medicinal effects of marijuana, but it doesn't have the
knowing
psychotropic
a lot about
effects.
marijuana.
Yeah.
I know that different CBD typed weeds will affect the high of the marijuana. So, well, aren't you still getting some sort of? Because I know if a certain plant has this many CBDs, it will be more of a euphoric feeling, or it has this. The THC is just there to get you fucked.
There's obviously like you're not going to get the mental high that you get with marijuana. I think it's more of the pain-killing sort of stuff. That's what they're claiming. But I saw it on the self, and I said, I looked at it. I said, what's that? I was like, oh, you're looking at the CBD, bro. It's like, yeah, I'm just sort of curious. Like,
I got a buddy that would love this shit.
And they're selling it right on the shelf, which is ironic because it is a Schedule II substance in Canada, and at this point it's illegal. Yeah. It's still illegal at this point.
Yeah.
Chances are in the future it probably won't be, but at this moment it is. Which goes back to our last vape video. If you go to our last vape video and you watch that and then read the 100+ comments that we have on that video, a lot of hate. These guys will tell you like, oh, vaping's good when we do everything by the book and we don't put anything harmful in there and we don't do this and we don't do that. We run stuff by the book even though there's no legislation. But here's a shop.
JD
first shop I walk into.
Firsthand.
First shop I walk into. Selling illegal substance. So
and it just grinded your gears, did it not?
And actually what I went into was to take a look at the labels to see what these labels on these vape juices had. And I mean, they're just as bad as, packages like artificial and non-artificial flavors. and then, glycol and some other stuff, and that's kind of it.
See, when stuff is regulated, though, because I had my first experience with regulated honey oil, which was from a dispensary.
Yeah.
And packaging, amazing.
Yeah.
They give you all the things you need to know about what it is that you're putting in your body, what was used to extract it, how far it was extracted, all the good information was so strong, unfathomable.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
And I mean, a lot of people...
But like I said, I did the one that was for insomnia.
Yeah.
And it was for hungry people. And me and Jordy both tested it out for the world.
Yeah.
Guinea pigs. Here we go. And I ate the entire house.
Yeah.
And then slept.
Yeah.
Like he knows. I told him too, we're going to be in bed by 9. I hope you know that. He's like, 9, like laughing. Like, yeah, right. You're probably in bed before 9. It was nuts.
Yeah.
So
but the thing is, I mean, a lot of the people that hating on us for the vape video, they've got their blinders on. I mean, all we've basically ever said is that we just want to be informed. Like, do the tests, inform people, let people make the choice. I mean, alcohol's poison. People know it's poison. You choose to consume it. That's your thing. But at least it's
like a test. I think it became pretty obvious to me. I don't know if it was obvious to you that. I've smoked cigarettes for many years. I've been clean for like a month. I haven't smoked any tobacco. Very proud of myself. And I never had that kind of attachment to cigarettes.
Yeah.
I never had that sort of, whether or not we're right there, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the attachment, the amount of time and the actual, like, they felt hurt that we had somewhat abused what they do, or I don't know what.
You just said legislation was coming and that it was needed.
But you understand what I mean? They literally, from their comments, you can tell that they were hurt by what we'd done and they were going to attack us. They wanted us to feel pain. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was a weird experience for me because, I never would have been like that to smoking.
Yeah.
Even if you told me, like, even if I thought smoking was healthy and someone was like, dude, that's bad for you, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. And if you watch the video, the funny part is, too, is that when you break it down, what you're saying is like, I don't know, like, I read this was a random thing, I don't know how legit it is, and then you go on to explain what you read, and, they freak out about that, but you had the disclaimer in front. It's not like you were saying this is 100% fact.
Yeah, so it was a weird experience. We got a lot of weird comments.
Yeah, 100 plus weird comments.
Yeah, so, I stopped at like 70, and was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I get the picture.
Yeah.
You guys are nuts.
Yeah, so.
One guy went on to tell me he was in the army, and that somehow I'd hurt his status. I don't know what I'd done. I don't know why he felt the need to tell me that he had served. Because I was like, I'm talking about vaping. Good. Weird.
Maybe he was a frontline vapor. I don't know.
That's why I need the vape, man. Yeah. Because... But yeah, I find it more of a hobby, really. It seems fucking weird.
Yeah,
it's literally become a hobby. Even that in itself is weird because I thought the whole aspect was to get people off tobacco. And I feel like... You've now picked up
that
a more
part, I will give them
hobby.
that, and that's where they tend to come from. Is it's like, well, it helps people that are smoking. Okay, great. You quit smoking and picked up vaping. That's great. It is less harmful than smoking. But you know what you need to do now is you probably need to quit that.
Well, and like it's funny because like one of the biggest reasons for some people to quit smoking is the money, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to spend $20 a day buying my pack of cigarettes. For me, it was having the baby and the money. Like I don't want cigarettes around my child, and I don't want to be spending pointless money for stuff that I don't need when I got a baby. So that's instinct. But if I was to start vaping, I'm now spending more bloody money.
Yeah,
like the vape stuff. Yeah, it's same price.
Yeah,
I just buy. I have juices at home. I went through the whole. This has got to be good for you, and it hurt my throat.
Yeah, so there you go.
So I just quit it all. But yes, silly shit. What else have you been up to other than fucking going to vape stores, you weirdo?
Yeah. Well,
I had to do some recon.
Well, it just happened to be there when I was at the computer store.
And there is a dispensary opening in Calgary, the first one. It's being renovated.
Oh, really? Right. I know they have the clinic in Kensington, the 420 clinic.
Yeah, and there's one that's being renovated right now.
Yeah.
I was offered a job.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It was.
So.
Pardon? I did fucking take it. What do you think? I said no? This guy. Of course they took it. It's my dream job. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So all that stuff's coming down the road. I mean, everybody's preparing for the legalization of it, and
good for them.
And then move forward at that point.
Be good. Our barber is carded already.
What's that?
Maddie, you went at the barber?
Yeah.
The doctors down there will give you a card if you need one.
Yeah.
If you have glaucoma or arthritis.
Or arthritis or anything like that. It'll be a lot like
ADHD,
the States.
Bad back, sore thumb.
Yeah.
I forget that comedian that does that joke. And he's like, goes to the weed doctor and he's like, I need weed because my eyes hurt. And he's like, have you tried wearing glasses? He's like, can't, eyes hurt. So gives him weed. Yeah. So you can almost have anything. Yeah. You can be stressed out and they'll give you weed. Yeah. But we're getting. Oh, do you think someone's at the door?
Is that possible? What's going on? So
can you imagine?
We should probably wrap things up here.
Let's just keep talking and let those people wait at the door. I'm just kidding. But no, it was great to talk to you again, JD, and hear about your wonderful fucking escapades at fucking Vape Store. I'm so looking forward to all the hate. You can find us below. Jesus Christ. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Please like and subscribe, please.
See ya.
Didn't know we were going to do a hate video today.
Neither did I.
We just...